Hey guys, Corey with Famous Media, and today we're going to be looking at the Switronix battery upgrade for the Blackmagic cinema and production cameras. So guys, I'm sure you already know, between the cinema and production camera, the battery's not one of its strong points, and they usually die within an hour. They're said to go 90 minutes, but you're lucky if you can get anywhere near that, and if you're away from a power source, you're just kind of SOL. Now, a lot of videographers are saying that you can't use the 4K or the cinema camera for weddings. It's not really ideal. You could use it, but it's not really ideal and there's a lot of problems. Well, I'm going to dedicate some time to showing you guys how you can turn the Blackmagic cinema camera and production camera into a wedding videographer's dream and also not have to worry about any sort of power. We've already started with the Zacuto ultralight rig, and now we're moving on to the battery, and we're going to keep going. I'm going to show you guys all kinds of accessories to turn this into the best monster you could possibly have, so we can utilize all the pros of this camera and get rid of and alleviate all the cons. So I'm sure you all know by now that the 1 hour, hour and a half battery in the production and cinema cameras is not that great. It's almost always dead when you need it. You're in the field shooting, and then it just kicks out and rolls over on you, and then you're SOL. Well, Switronix has kind of helped alleviate that problem with their battery option for the Blackmagic production and cinema cameras. Now, the Switronix Powerbase 70 Pro X battery comes with a mount you can put on the bottom of your camera, and it's a quick release into the battery, which is really good, which will mount it right to the bottom of the camera. However, if you've got a lot of accessories like rail mounts, all kinds of stuff on like microphones and recorders and lights, it'll actually flex a little bit, and I don't like that. So I actually mount mine by the 1/4-20 screw on the bottom. I actually mount that to a ball head like this one here, which is the Velo ball head. And what I'll do is show you how that goes on, and I'll lock it in place, and I'll just mount that to a cold shoe on one of my rails. So it's a little hefty for a battery, but it does give you about 4.5 hours, 4 to 4.5 hours of additional recording time. If you turn your camera off, this will actually charge the camera too. So it's a great option to have. With the battery on the camera and this combined, you'll have a total of around 5 to 5.5 hours of recording, including standby time. Don't leave your screen on unless you want it to waste your battery time. Now, don't forget, if you already have one of these, you can just buy the battery separately for around $300, but for $325 you get the Powerbase contact, which actually slides in right here. I'll show you. And it connects to the battery via 5 pins, and it snaps on, and you can charge it either here or here, and that's the piece that you need to actually plug into the camera. Now, this is the charger piece right here for the Powerbase. Just make sure you line up the positive and negative, which it will show you on the side of the battery, and once you do that, you just go ahead and clip it in, and there you go. And you just plug it in the wall. It'll charge this in about 4 hours, and then you're ready to go. So if you've got a production and cinema camera, just make sure you have 2 of these charged the night before. Make sure the camera's charged. You'll get 5 hours of each camera. If you need more juice than that, get a couple of them. So $300 for a battery like this is a great deal, considering the Blackmagic production and cinema camera use memory cards that are super expensive, the SSD hard drives, which range between $200 and $500 a piece. So these batteries are a must-have if you're shooting out there. So I've heard a lot of videographers say that the Blackmagic cinema and production camera are not ideal for shooting weddings or receptions in low light, or when you're out in the field and traveling away from a power source, but I disagree. I'm going to show you guys everything that you can do and everything that you can get that's going to turn these cameras into a dream for you, even at a wedding or a place away from any source of power, to make it reliable, long running with lots of juice, and all the things you can use to turn this camera into everything you've ever wanted it to be, to take all the advantages the cinema camera and production camera have and to fix all its flaws so that you can have all the ultimate tools at your disposal. It's going to be amazing. We've started with the Zacuto light rig, which I'm going to put the link down in the bottom of the screen for you to view that review. And also, this is now the battery option. So guys, hopefully you found this review helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And of course, if you want to purchase any of the gear I review, like the Velo ball head, the Powerbase, or the contact block and charger for the Blackmagic cinema and production camera, please use the links down there in the bottom. Don't forget, once again, guys, subscribe. I got some more stuff coming out. I'm Corey with Famous Media, and happy shooting.